170 branches. You are only seeing this one? No! Every church that is healthy can grow. Every church that is healthy can grow. The reason why it is not growing because it is sick. If it is sick, that means it is disease. We must find out the solution. What is that that doesn't make the church grow? What is that that's making the church not to grow? I'm sure you are seeing this number and say, people are so many. This was second service. That service was actually the only part that was missing from the first service was the other part. But otherwise, the number was as big as this. And the third service, this is one church. You go to Tukuro, you go to East. We have 10 churches within the city here. What am I saying here? I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying I want you to feel the pain and then you change. I went to US, it was in Virginia. We went to Virginia with 5 leaders here in Uganda. And then the guy called Jim, Pastor James, or Jimmy, they call him Jimmy. Then he stood, short as he was, and he said, delegates from across the globe, I'm here to tell you that your vision is not big enough. And he repeated, I thought I didn't hear him well. And he repeated, I'm here to declare to you, leaders from across the globe, your vision is not big enough. I literally wept. I literally wept. What was I crying for? I don't know, but I literally wept. Leaders, there is something that we are not seeing right and thinking right. We are seeing about ourselves, but we are not seeing what the Word of God says. Let's go ahead. Paul, while in prison, in Philippians chapter 1 verse 12 to 13. Philippians chapter 1 verse 12 to 13. Somebody will help me there. Let me tell you, this man was in prison. There he is. In isolation. But when they come together through fire, they become the cake that you like. They become the cake that you like. So in the same way, ladies and gentlemen, the fire that you are going through is making you the cake that is delicious, that everyone will desire. Even your Father in heaven will desire to use it. Why? Because you have gone through fire, you have been blended together, and you are now better, not bitter. I want us to know, friends. I want us to know that your attitude determines your altitude and your latitude. I mentioned this a number of times. Let me tell you again. Your attitude, what you feel about yourself, what you feel about your God, what you feel about others, will determine your altitude and latitude. Altitude is how high you will fly in life. How high you will fly in life and how wide you will also cover in life. It's your attitude. It's your attitude. If there is thing somebody called John mentioned, that if there is anything I would change in this life, I would want to change people's attitude. I would want to change people's, because if you change their perspective, if you change their attitude, you have changed the whole thing about them. That's it. That's very important. So it determines how high you will fly in life and how wide you will cover. And let me tell you, friends, there's what we call law of magnetism. Law of magnetism says you attract your kind. You attract your kind. You know what? I'm sure very few people came and told these people to go and sit there. At least I saw the Otoko's daughter when she was coming. Nobody directed her. Around you, you will gather yourself with negative people. With negative people. And let me tell you, mark your friends. Mark your friends. See their life. If you don't quit, you will surely going to be trapped. The better leaders you are, the better leaders you will attract. After second service this morning, we went up there. There were relatives of one of the ladies, actually two ladies who fellowship from here. They come from Jinja area. They come from Jinja area. I don't understand what you're saying. They come from Jinja area. So what happened? This lady was, and then she talked much more and said, but she said how she came here. That she called Ginger, and he called her pastor, and he said, I'm in Lira. I don't know anybody here. I don't know the street. I don't know what. And the pastor called her, Pastor Zachariah from Ginger, told her, go and look for Pastor so and so. There, you will be fed. You will actually be raised well. You know what? This is a pastor I preached in his church once. But I worked with one of his colleagues when I was working in Kampala. I just want to say this. Your life will attract people to you or will repel people from you. You have to understand that. You have to understand that. There is also a law of respect. Law of respect says people naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. I want to repeat. People naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. So you want people to follow you. You don't want to follow a weakling, guys. They don't want to follow a weakling. They don't want to follow a weakling. Hold your effort there. First of all, remember, attitude and faith, they go together. You have already dethroned your faith. You have already dethroned your faith. And so, when you are told to do something, go do it. Tema. No! You need to do it. Either you do it or you don't do it. Let me tell you, friends, your attitude can give you winner's perspective. Winner's perspective. There are people who came to this city empty-handed. And you should know that in life, people who have done great things in life are people with empty hands. People with empty hands. I want to repeat. Remember I said, I want to repeat. Remember I said I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You would think you are, you know what? You can't do my, you can't do my, you are my goal. You are my audience. People who have ever done great things in this planet Earth are people with empty hands. Are people with empty hands. You are aware that Elon Musk is from Africa. No, you are aware, not so? See how much he has actually changed the world. You needed to go to UK, you needed to have gone to US before that person, before Trump became a leader. And you discover Elon Musk, who that guy was. What he has actually invented. What he introduced in America. His rocket is the best. Up to now. And they said, you know what? In 2019, I was in a fellowship in California, Saddleback Church. And so they asked me about Elon Musk. I didn't know Elon Musk myself at that time.